and welcome to the fourth episode of the I Don't Know podcast.
Actually, like sixth, but
Sixth.
you won't talk about the other two.
Yeah, we kind of had to scrap those. That's kind of why it's been like, 2 or 3 weeks or something like that. Maybe more, even. But yeah, we had 2 episodes that we kind of just had to scrap because they were just absolutely trash. They went for too long, and
They weren't really like that bad. They're too hard to effort.
Yeah.
I mean, too hard to edit.
I reckon it was too hard of effort. Yeah.
Too hard to effort.
No, we had our friend Blake on the podcast, and we also had, that was on the 4th episode that was supposed to be out, and then on the 5th episode was Blake and Lucas, and yeah, we just scrapped those because it was too hard to effort.
We'll have them again
Yeah.
eventually. But until then.
And also it was like on the webcam as well, so the quality of the camera was pretty shit as well. But yeah, hopefully this quality is a bit better. I mean, it's a little bit better. I still need to figure out all the nitty-gritty.
It's a little bit better. You mean it's a lot better?
It's a lot better, yeah. But I still need to, like, I don't know. I don't like the... It's alright, like, it's okay. But...
Yeah, we need red cameras.
Yeah.
Like Blake was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, the only issue with this is, like, it stops every 20 minutes, so I'm gonna have to, like, stop it and then hit it again every 20 or so minutes. But yeah, what did we talk about even on the last on those 2 podcasts? Like, there was nothing interesting.
I don't even remember.
No, we spoke about bars and stuff. I remember talking to Lucas about bars and all those stuff. And, I mean, Blake was just Blake. But... but in recent news, we have today a new Prime Minister, which is...
Who's the Prime Minister? Because I don't follow politics.
I don't really follow... I just saw it all over my news feed. I can't remember his name. Morrison. Scott Morrison? It's like a hashtag ScoMo.
Is he a good Prime Minister?
Fuck knows. All I know is Malcolm Turnbull got the sack because his whole entire party were like, no, F it, fuck you, get out. You know, they've done that like 5 times. We've had 5 prime ministers in 5 years. Like, it's a bit fucked.
Why did Malcolm get
I
the
don't know.
sack?
Apparently he couldn't handle his party. Couldn't get both sides of the party kind of like just get their shit together. I don't know. I don't really follow it, but
Australian politics seems really boring.
yeah, I don't know if there's like any...
Like, where's our Trump, bro?
Like Clive Palmer's our Trump. I wonder if
I don't know who that is.
Clive Palmer, you know that one that makes all the memes? He full like got a billboard on in like the city, and it said like "Make Australia Great," and it's just a meme of him just pointing the fingers up. Like, yeah, no, I don't know if it's all real or not, but it's a massive meme, Clive Palmer. But yeah, Australian politics seems pretty not interesting, to be honest. But in other news, tomorrow or the day after is the KSI and Logan Paul fight.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be interesting.
I feel like Logan's gonna win.
You reckon?
I feel like it.
I'm not sure. I think KSI might have a good chance of winning. I think one of, like, either KSI, like, I feel like one of them is going to win one fight and the other one's going to win the other fight, if that makes sense. Meaning, like, one of the brothers is going to win one fight and one of the other brothers is going to win the other fight. So it either might be KSI wins that fight and Jake Paul wins the other fight, or Logan wins one fight and...
Have you seen his brother, Deji?
I haven't seen
I reckon
the fight.
Deji's like
I think
90% chance gonna lose his fight, but KSI is like 70.
I don't know. It's
70% chance gonna lose.
It's so weird how this like.
It was all just to revive Logan Paul's career.
You reckon?
Yeah.
No, because
They're both getting paid.
Was the fight? Did the fight come to like? Did fruition like after or before the whole
Joe Rogan thing.
Forest thing?
Oh, it came after.
After the Forest thing.
Yeah, Logan Paul was like dead. His career was like going down.
Yeah, and then that's when the fight. I feel like the fight was kind
No,
of.
that's
like,
when he like accepted the challenge.
Oh, afterwards.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember when Joe Rogan's like fight ended.
Yeah. It's so. This is like a really interesting fight because it's not like your typical like UFC or like your MMA type of fight. Like, it's like a bunch of YouTubers just fighting, and the hype has become so big. And yeah, I wonder how much money they're all gonna rack in from that. Probably equivalent to how much MMA fighters or whatever get. I'd
Maybe
assume.
a couple million.
Huh?
A couple million.
Yeah, at least a couple of million.
So, bro.
I guess we've done this in every single podcast so far, but we are drinking Captain Morgan. So that's what we're doing. I still reckon while we're still in the early stages of the podcast episodes, we should probably change the I Don't Know podcast to
To what? To drinking podcast.
to some drinking podcast.
To I don't drink.
I don't drink podcast. Yeah, we should. Because every single episode we've done so far, besides the first one, I don't think we drank on the first one, did we?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, besides the first one, which by the way, a few people have asked where to find they're like, why is only episode 3 out on your YouTube channel? Where's 1 and 2? 1 and 2 is on SoundCloud. I think we could post it on YouTube if we wanted to. Just blank image.
No,
Just the audio.
It's pointless.
Why? It'll just be on our YouTube channel if people want to.
Just go to SoundCloud, you lazy fucks.
Yeah, just go to SoundCloud if you really want to listen to it. We did get a lot of hate, but also a bit of love. So shout out to the people who are fans, new subscribers. I think we've got like 6 or something subscribers.
Shout out to the haters.
Shout out to the haters, because you're watching right now. So fucking keep watching. And stay tuned till the end, because the end of segment podcast is going to be lit. It's going to be fucking lit. But I do want to take this moment. If you guys want to give us things to talk about, or you want us to give a shout out or anything like that, let us know. Because as you can see, all of this is clearly improv and out of the blue.
Wait, what do you... I already asked this before, but what do you reckon deja vu is? Like... Actually, no, like, not is, like... Do you reckon deja vu could be you reliving the past, but somewhere along the past you fucked up, so you're reliving it again until you do something right? Or is deja vu when you get it, you're in the right place to be?
Yeah. No, there is... Fuck, I'm trying to think of something.
Or what is deja vu to you?
Well, I'll answer deja vu in a second, but before I answer that, do you know that feeling when like you're trying to remember something, but you can't, like, because something like for example, what like deja vu and what you were just saying, like kind of like triggered like a memory that I had, but I can't remember what that memory is. That's not what I think the definition of deja vu is. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But all I remember is I had a dream, and I think this might be it, I'm not 100% sure, but I had a dream, and I experienced deja vu in the dream.
I had that as well.
And that was the trippiest fucking thing ever. Like, I experienced deja vu in a dream, and it was like a much more surreal version. Oh, no, fuck, I remember now. So I was at this location in my dream, and the location was sort of like on a dock, not like sort of like on the dock side.
Like on like
So like
a
there's
pier or
like
some shit.
yeah, like a
Bro,
pier.
I had that exact same dream
Are you
of
fuck-
synchronicities at the same place. Like on a pier or some shit.
Were you by any chance camping or anything like that?
Oh, I don't remember, but I was with Joseph. I mean, we were like walking through the pier, and then Joe started saying something like, "Oh, look, that's gonna happen again." Blah blah blah, and it happened, and I was like, "Oh, wait, what?" And then shit started happening again.
Fuck, bro. Like like I have a vivid memory of what it looks like as well. Like it's sort of like it's the pier is kind of like closed off by like a bunch of cliffs, almost sort of like a valley type thing.
Mine was different.
But like it's sort of got like a road, like a winding road going down to this pier. But like off in the distance is sort of like bush greenery type thing. And I remember like there was like a house, like a not even a house, it was more like a tent. Sort of like one of those like native tribe type tents. So like Native American type tribe tents. And there was like some sort of like elderly woman there, like I don't know, sort of like I don't know what kind of name to give her, like a not a witch, but like a mystique or like some sort of like, you know, like one of those mythological type of like women that like hidden away in the forest or whatever type thing. And I can't remember exactly what went down in the dream, but like I just remember just having like this like hit of like I fucking know this area, I've been in this area, and like deja vu and all this shit hit me, and that's like when I woke up. But to answer your question, I think deja vu is like a feeling of remembering something from the past that has happened in the present. I think that's like the most simplest answer to give it, but I reckon there's so much more to it than that.
In my dream, we were like on a wooden pier near the ocean. I'm pretty sure there's like a party nearby, and you're walking around, and Joe, yeah, he said, "Oh, something's gonna happen again." Blah blah blah. He's like explaining like, "Oh, this happened before," and something happened before, and then he walked off, and then I was like caught in a trip pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, have you seen Sherlock Holmes, where he like, just kind of really explaining it, but like where he sees like how to do something before
Yeah.
it's done, like
Yeah.
a TV. I think it's a TV.
Yeah,
it's a
in the
movie
TV show?
series, the
Oh.
movies one.
Oh, I haven't seen the movie one. No, I've seen the TV show.
Does he do it in a TV show? I don't know, but like he sees like how to like fight someone before it's happened,
Right. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
and that started happening. I was like walking up to people like, "Oh, look, that's gonna happen again,"
Yeah.
and it did. I'm like, "Oh, I'm crazy, bro." And then
Yeah.
I woke up out of that into another dream. Into another dream. And then that was pretty fucking fried.
Do you ever have like one dream, and then like you'll wake up or whatever, and then you'll go back to sleep and you have another dream, but then like those two dreams kind of like mash in together, sort of. So like the dream.
Oh yeah, I've like
the dream that you've had, like, because like you go back to sleep and you're like, okay, I'm in a new dream. Obviously not thinking, okay, I'm in a new dream, because then
I think I told you this
lucid,
dream
but
before, but I was like dreaming, and in the dream, like stuff from my dream was like breaking into the dream I had at that point.
right.
Because I thought it was like life, and I was like skitching like, "Oh, why is my dream breaking into reality and shit?"
Yeah.
And, like I was seeing like all these trippy colors and like things popping out of everywhere. I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm going crazy." And I was talking to, I think, the lizard in a dream about it. I was like, "Oh, you're going crazy, man, blah 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 blah," and I kept tripping out, and then I woke up again, and the dream that I woke up into was what was popping into that reality.
That's like some fucking Inception shit right there. Like, jeez. Yeah, no, I've had some shit like that where like certain symbols or things or like would like seep through into my like second dream that I was having. I can't give any examples. I can't think of any examples.
If you want to dream like really good, people out there, start meditating before bed, and you'll start being aware of what's happening in your dreams.
Yeah. Also, like, in terms of like
some scary shit can happen.
Yeah.
I've had like sleep paralysis where it wasn't actually scary, it was pretty cool, but like it's scary if the more you get scared, the more like it will amplify. I've had like sleep paralysis where I was on that bed and then something would like start laughing and be like, Ben, welcome, and then I get dragged off by a foot and chucked into like some fucking vortex of like twirling colours or some shit, and I'll end up in a dream. I'd fall into my sheets and just fall through the floor into the void into some dream. And I've had like witches run around the corner, run up to my face. I remember one of them, I woke up to like some thing kissing me, like some demon or some shit kissing, and I just went along with it, it felt like really weird after, but yeah, maybe I got raped by a demon. I don't know.
Jesus.
The devil raped me.
That'll be the thumbnail. That'll be the title of this podcast. Raped by demon. And it'll be like
is it rape if you enjoyed it?
it'll be like a shock face of like you like. No, I told you about my sleep paralysis that I had about a month or two ago now.
The one at Dangar.
Oh, I had that one at Dangar, which was pretty fucked. Well, the one I had at Dangar Island was after I was on the calm down from certain substances. And yeah, like
what, turmeric?
Huh?
You were on the calm down from turmeric, bro.
Turmeric, yeah.
Some paprika.
Some paprika, you know. Some spices. Yeah. And in reality, there was a bookshelf in the corner of the room. And like, I don't know what it was on the top of the bookshelf, but it was like, it looked like a triangle of some sort. It looked like a triangle. Maybe it was like two books leaning on each other or some hat or something like that. But because it was pitch black in that room, I was like lying on the couch just like kind of looking at it. But that bookshelf kind of was morphing into like a person. And like the triangle was sort of look like it almost looked like a bit like Ku Klux Klan-y type thing, but it was like all black and red type thing, and like the face was kind of like very like sort of like hooded up, like red and black type thing, and like I just remember just death staring it and just thinking like don't you fucking move, like just like staring it directly in the eyes and like being like don't you fucking move, you're gonna stand right there. I'm gonna like, and like I just kept staring at it that entire fucking night until I fell asleep, and it was just like in the corner just staring at me. But the one that I had at home,
see, if you do that, like then you amplify some random, like you get too scared and then you'll get even more scared and like you'll wake yourself up. If you can like stay through that and you're like, oh yeah, that thing's there, and then just ease into like whatever feeling.
I don't think it was sleep paralysis though, because I remember like at some point just getting up and like fuck this, and I got off the couch and I went for a diarrhea outside because I couldn't fall asleep. I don't think it was sleep paralysis. I'm pretty sure I was just tripping out off paprika and turmeric. But the incident at home that I had about a month or two ago was...
Wait, so you weren't like sleeping or anything, you just...
Yeah, I was awake. Like, full on awake.
Let's get to right now.
Yeah, bro.
Oh yeah, continue.
The incident I had a month or two ago at home, it just happened so randomly. So like, I was sleeping, had a dream, whatever. I woke up from my dream. And it's a bad habit, but like as soon as I wake up, my initial instinct is to like go for a dough that's like on my bedside table, like just to roll up a dough and smoke it. So like I wake up from my dream and I'm like, okay, let me just roll on over, grab a dough, and like immediately I'm like, wait a minute, I can't roll over, I can't get my dough. Like that was the first thing that moved through my mind.
Started panicking.
No, I was like, wait, I can't even roll over to get my dough. And I'm like, wait, is there someone in my room? And like I see in the corner of my room like some figure. It was like very like cartoonish type. Almost looks sort of like clown-esque. And I just remember it slowly coming closer and closer and closer to me. And like it was upright, in the upright position. And like as it was coming closer and closer, it was like moving its body horizontal, like parallel to mine. To the point, and it was like basically at parallel with me and just moving closer and closer to the point where it was like probably about like at 2 inches away from my body. And when it was like 2 inches away from my body, I was like, fuck this. And like I obviously was in sleep paralysis, but like my hand, or like I don't know, like my soul, like half of my soul went out of its body to like actually get rid of this spirit or whatever it was that was in my room. Like I got my hand out, and I remember like actually grabbing onto the figure's like head and like start pushing it underneath my bed, because that was like my instinct like to do. Like I was like, how do I?
It's like there's this spirit. It's like, hey man, and you're like, no.
Yeah, no, exactly right. Like my logic in that moment was, you're in my room, get out of my room. How do I get rid of you? Let me just push you underneath like my room. Like just go away. Like just go, get out. Like. So like it comes to a point where like I'm pushing it down and down, and I'm like wait a minute, and I take a moment. I'm like, I can actually feel like the face, like I can feel the wrinkles, I can feel like the cheekbones, I can feel like the nose, like I'm like full on like touching the face, and like when I had that moment, it started rising up again. My hand was going up and up, and like I could feel the face going up. I'm like, nope, fuck this. And I just pushed it all the way down underneath my bed, past the floorboards. And after that, I got out of sleep paralysis.
Yeah, shit feels so real in the sleep paralysis and lucid dreams. Like, it looks more HD in lucid dreams, everything. It's weird.
I don't even know if I've actually had a proper lucid dream before. Like...
You'll know if you have one, because you'll be like, I was walking around and I controlled this and I was
blah,
blah, blah. Like you probably have like walking dreams, which is like where you're dreaming but you can't control anything. You're just kind of like, imagine like sleepwalking, but
yeah,
you see what's happening.
I'm pretty sure I've had those before, where it's kind of like, oh yeah, I'm like, sort of like I know, like
they usually happen like just before you wake up as well.
Yeah. It's kind of like, oh yeah, this is happening, like, oh yeah. Most, like, and I'm pretty sure this is with everyone as well, but like, most of the time it's like, wait, am I dreaming right now? And they're like, oh wait, I am dreaming, and then you just wake up. But I'm pretty sure I read before somewhere online that in those instances, because you're like, oh my god, I'm dreaming, you get excited and you get out of the dream. But I think...
Yeah, first few lucid dreams would be like that. You'll be like... You get into it and you're like, oh yeah, you want to start doing everything, and you just wake up, you get excited. Like you have to keep a calm state throughout it.
Well, that's what I've heard a lot of.
There's tricks to like continue dreaming as well, which I started doing. You just like spin around in your dream really fast, I don't know why like it affects it, but it does.
It makes it dizzy, like
Yeah,
in your
maybe.
dream.
You're like, oh, which one's reality?
I don't even know if I'm dreaming or reality or what even is this. Yeah, I've also heard like keeping dream journals is good as well.
I don't do that. It's effort.
Yeah, it's a bit of an effort. I remember I tried.
Just remember the
doing
ones that you can remember.
Yeah.
Honestly.
it. Well, I've been trying to remember all the dreams I can, but yeah, I think it is a lot easier if you put in a dream journal. And I don't know if your phone is the ideal thing.
You can do like, I used to just look at my hand like a few times a day. And
Oh
then
yeah,
I started doing that in my dream, and then
Yeah.
started like.
that's
looking
like
at it.
reality checks.
Yeah.
So there's like different things you can do for reality checks. Like, for example, in a dream, you can't read anything, or you can't tell the time.
And you can't turn off and on lights.
Yeah,
They're
you-
either on or off.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit's trippy.
And if you look at your hands, they'll like start bending
Morphing,
in weird
yeah.
fucking ways.
they'll start morphing around. Yeah. It's so like, you know, there's been times, I think that's what the waking whatever.
Right back to bed or some shit.
No,
whatever.
what are you talking about? The not lucid dream, but waking dream.
Oh, sleepwalking.
Waking
dream
dream?
walking.
Dream walking or whatever. I've had that, like, I know I've had those before because I'll be in a dream and I'll be like, bro, I can't even read this. Like, come on, guys. Like I'll know, like, in my dream, and like I'll be in a dream or whatever, and they'll be like, no, just read it, just read it. I'm like, no, I can't read it because I'm dreaming right now. I can't read this, and like I can't. But in that moment, it's not like all of a sudden like oh wait a minute, I'm dreaming. Let's go lucid. It's not like that. It's just like, guys, come on, I'm dreaming. I can't read it. Like, stop fucking around with me. But it's not like.
But with the dreams where I'm like playing instrument really well, I'm like, wait, I can't play this well.
Yeah. 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 Some interesting shit. Deja vu, to wrap it up, is interesting thing. It's like almost like you have the feeling right there, but you don't know how to grasp it, like where you got where that was from or whatever. I don't know.
You
What's
have the feeling, but is that feeling
real?
like, no, what do you reckon that feeling is? Like, you're in
Stems
the
from-
right place, or you lived that same thing before and you need to change it, or I don't fucking know, or it's something else?
I don't know if it's
Like a ghost relives their like, well, like stays on Earth until they've fixed that, what they need to like
yeah.
make peace with, and then they go.
Yeah, I don't. If I was to use a scientific guess or whatever, deja vu would probably be something along the lines of like, this has happened before, don't fuck up this time, sort of thing. Like, I'm thinking.
Or it
like,
could be a glitch in the Matrix, like Matrix.
Yeah, bro. No, I was thinking more like in the terms of like.
Or did they say it was like, could be like a brain spasm or some shit? I swear there was like something.
No,
saying-
a deja vu is glitch in the Matrix. That was right.
No, I'm saying that's one of the theories.
Oh,
Like, there was another one that said like your brain had a mini spasm for a second or some shit.
oh,
Like you had a brain stroke, brain or something. I don't remember.
yeah. No, I was thinking more in the lines of like early man, like kind of going to attack a lion or whatever, and then he has deja vu and he's like, wait a minute, don't attack this lion because you're gonna die.
Well, that's just like survival instincts.
But that stems off deja vu, sort of like,
No, it's
I'm in this situation again. Oh, I'm having deja vu right now. Better not.
Wouldn't that stem off more like seeing your peers die from attacking clients?
Yeah, that's what. I don't know. I don't know. Welcome to the I Don't Know podcast.
That's more like a fight or fight instinct, not deja vu.
Yeah, because we do get deja vu in the weirdest instances. Do you remember any of your deja vu? Like, not in dreams, but like...
Yeah, I have to look a lot.
I had one at work. And it's like... I've relived that exact same thing.
You've relived going to work.
No, but like... You know how you do like repetitive, mundane shit at work, right?
Yeah.
Like you're kind of in this like, like muscle memory for me is the weirdest thing. Like, I don't know if you've got a lot of muscle memory thing, but
Yeah,
like
before you like realize what you're doing, you're already doing it.
yeah, like for example, like I have to hold in my hand a certain amount of weight, and 9 times out of 10 I have the exact same amount of weight in my hand without even having to use scales or anything or count it or whatever. It's the same amount each time around, like always. And I'll just pick it out, grab it, and I'm like, yep, that's exactly it. And just to double check, I'll count afterwards, and I'm like, yep, that's exactly it. Why am I even bothering counting? Because 9 times out of 10 it's the same amount. But shit like that, like the mundane shit that you do at work, like the thing that you do like a million times a day at work, it's like you're not even thinking about it, but then you'll have this sort of certain moment of deja vu. It's like, whoa, I've done this exact same thing, but this feels oddly different than all the other ones. I don't know. That's the kind of deja vu I've had a lot at work, for example. Or like I'll be having a conversation with someone at work and I'm like, did I actually, like, I feel like we've done this already. Like I feel like we've had this exact same conversation, we've been through this exact same thing. Mad deja vu. But yeah, that's deja vu in a nutshell.
Is it deja vu in a nutshell? Or is it deja vu in a cracked open shell?
No, it's more like deja vu that's been in a cracked open shell before. We've cracked... It's a nutshell that's already been a nutshell before. Bro. But you know there's other types of deja vu? There's...
Yeah, I forgot what they're called.
Yeah, there's like deja vu and deja... I don't know. Google it, yeah, because deja... I can't remember what that means. But I'm pretty sure it's a French word.
Deja vu.
Hmm?
No, it's deja vu. Deja senti. Oh wait, so yeah, the feeling would be deja senti.
Yeah, so there's deja... What's it?
What is pris?
Deja visu is already lived. Deja senti, already felt. Deja visiti, already visited. Yeah, so there's a bunch of... What's... So deja vu is like the tip of the tongue, yeah.
No, that's not deja vu, that's presque vu.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of different ones.
And
That's...
then there's J Mars, I don't know. J Mars vu is a feeling that something familiar appears strange and unfamiliar, and then deja vu is the feeling of familiarity that occurs in an unfamiliar new context.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite fascinating if you ask me. If you're an animal, what animal would you be?
Fucking dinosaur, bro. Fucking I'll be dragon.
A dragon? Dragons are pretty neat. You know what,
Yeah, dragons are pretty real,
Oh, actually, yeah, well, it doesn't, like...
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. You know what I want to be? Fucking Pegasus.
Pegasus, a unicorn. A flying unicorn.
Fuck yeah. Pegasus is fucking so sick. You know who Pegasus was? Hercules.
You want to be ridden.
Huh?
You want to be ridden.
What does that even... What?
Pegasus.
Oh, no, fuck off. That's not what I meant. No, Pegasus, like, was Hercules' horse.
Yeah.
The one he took to battle and took everywhere for the... What was it? The 12 tasks he had from Zeus? Man, some mythology is so interesting. I remember I was like super into it when I was a kid, and like read all the mythological, specifically like Greek mythology.
What other mythology though?
Huh?
What other
Oh,
mythology?
there's like how do you pronounce it?
Rome?
No, Nordic.
Oh,
like
right.
you know, like Thor, Odin.
I thought those were the same shit.
No, there's Greek mythology. There's Nordic mythology, there's Aztec mythology,
Oh, yeah.
there's Egyptian mythology, there's I'm probably missing a few more, but yeah, like those are the most common ones. Mythology is so interesting though
Did
because
they
like,
all occur around the same time?
no, I mean relatively, but not really. The thing about mythology is it's not really like in the year like 14,000 BC so and so occurred. It's more like here's a story of a time a long time ago, you know, kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know a lot, like I don't know all the nitty-gritty details about it all. But like for example, Zeus is not even like the OG god. Like fuck, there's Thea and another god had children, and they had Zeus, they had I'm pretty sure they had Poseidon as well.
Tutankhamun.
That's Egyptian, bro. You're mixing. Yeah. But my question is, like, for example, like, in all these, like, mythology, there's, like, the god of the gods, right? Like, in...
Praise the Most High.
But, like, where do those gods come from? Like, who created those gods?
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? How do those gods come to existence? Like, Odin is, like, the god of all gods or whatever. Or Zeus is, like, you know, considered the gods of all gods. But, you know, who created them? I mean, you go back to Zeus and, like, it was...
How many gods did the man who wrote about the god that he met have to go through to get to the top god? The top dog.
But the interesting thing in, like, mythology as well is, like, I'm not sure about Nordic mythology, but in Greek mythology, for example, Hercules is not even full god. He's a demigod, which means he's like half god, half plebeian, like half human, like half Zeus.
Half pleb.
Yeah, Zeus like was known for like just being a fucking player and just fucking everything and just fucking getting his seed everywhere and like making millions of like demigods and other gods, and just it's really interesting because like
I feel that Zeus blood in me, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's streaming through my veins. The god of Zeusian.
Zeusian.
What did he control?
I can't remember what he controlled. I think it was thunder.
Isn't that Thor?
Oh fuck, that's Thor. Hey.
Yeah.
No, I can't remember what. I don't. Let me search it up real quick.
But they're two different mythologies, so
Yeah.
it could be the same shit.
It could be.
Yeah, it's thunder there.
Yeah, because I remember. Yeah, because he had like the thunder. That was his like weapon, like a little thunderbolt.
Thor's hammer or Zeus's thunderbolt.
Zeus' thunderbolt seems pretty more OP.
Oh, you married with Armando.
Yeah.
Armando.
Yeah, no, I fucking love mythology. I wanna get back into reading it all, because like, I'm not because I don't know a whole lot about Nordic mythology, but I know more about Greek mythology than I do about Nordic mythology. And in the Greek mythology, they were very like, they had very like human characteristics. So like,
You can learn a lot about Nordic mythology by watching Marvel, bro.
Oh yeah, bro. Just watch the Avengers. Or actually, I remember what I wanted to get into.
The Avengers.
No, the Avengers.
You want to be part of the Avengers?
I want to be.
What would your superhero name be?
Jew boy.
Donut.
Jew boy. I'd be my superpower would
Roly
be.
Poly. Roly Poly.
My superpower would be to like throw
Have you seen
coins.
that Ben 10? Have you watched Ben 10?
Oh, like when I was a kid, like little bits and pieces here and there.
There was
Never-
like a Ben 10 creature that would just roll and destroy
Oh.
everything. You'd be that guy.
No, my superpower would be to like throw gold coins everywhere and just hit him with gold coins. I'm like, no, Jew boy attacked me with money.
You'd be like King Midas, but you don't touch shit in terms of gold. You just throw coins and pick them up. That would be a curse. That would be a curse. Like every coin you throw out, you're like, no, it's mine.
Yeah, I have to like. You know what I always wondered? You know in Marvel, like Hawkeye, how he like
How
he
he's
shoots the-
useless.
yeah, no, like I mean, yeah, but like you know how he's always got like a bow and arrow on him, and he like just shoots all these arrows and shit. Like, does he just get more arrows, or does he go like at the end just pick up all his arrows back and just put them back in there? Like, surely he doesn't have an infinite amount of arrows.
Yeah, you can kill like 10 enemies, and then he's like, "Okay, guys,
I'm out of ammo.
Wait a minute."
I need some more ammo, guys. Give me a minute. Yeah. Actually, did you end up watching Disenchantment?
I watched like 5 episodes.
Did you? What'd you think of it?
It's alright. It's just like another edgy, depression-filled, shitty Rick and Morty.
Oh, fuck
Well, lesser
off.
Rick and Morty.
It's not even though.
It's just like, oh, yeah, I have depression. Oh, here's my personal demons. Oh, here's my other friend zone. Here's my.
It's not. It's
drinking.
nothing.
I'm drinking with my depression-filled friends.
It's so good. It's like from Matt Groening created it. Like same guy who did The Simpsons and Futurama. And it's more kind of adult MA. I think it's MA.
No,
Or
it's
something?
darker than Futurama.
Yeah, it's darker than Futurama and Simpsons, that's for sure. It's like a fantasy type.
I hate the medieval setting in anything.
It's not bad. Like it's the medieval setting is just there purely so you can be like, oh, fantasy, go. Like, you know.
Yeah, I'm just biased against medieval settings. Like, I can't even watch. Well, I can watch Game of Thrones, but I've only watched like season 3 and I'm like over it. Too much medievalness.
It's not medieval shit is not that.
It's an effort.
Well, what's so effort about it? Is it because of the way they speak?
No, it's just like. It's like you're in the past, bro. Just stay in the past.
It's like, why are we even worried about it?
Yeah, we should be looking to the future.
Did you ever read the comics Asterix and Obelix?
Yeah.
Those were fun. You didn't like him? Are you fucking serious?
I don't like the what's the other one called? The Three Musketeers. You know what? Come on, I like.
You didn't like Three Musketeers either?
No, I liked what's that one with the like guy? He had a dog, like a. He's like an investigator, semi kind of.
Oh,
not
Tintin.
really. Yeah, Tintin. Tintin.
I didn't
was
like
dope.
that.
Tintin was fucking doozy.
I don't like that.
Bro.
You're like I'm realizing so much more about you right now.
Yeah.
You didn't like Asterix or Obelix,
No.
and you didn't like Well, like I can semi understand why you didn't like Three Musketeers. Did you watch like the recent movie or like the movie that came out a couple of years ago or whatever? Or, like,
Actually,
what,
I think so.
is that like your introduction?
No. I've like read the comics and shit.
Oh, but like
Tintin was so fucking good, man.
I like read one book and that one comic book and that was it. So I never really got into it.
I like more on like investigational concept-y shit more than like barbaric war shit.
But like, okay, so I have to like with me like Three Musketeers, I got introduced to it into the Russian version, and the Russian version is like
Maybe
classic.
that's why I think Tintin was more popular in England.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah, but like the Three Musketeers was like a real like the like it was like a Russian classic. It was like a like if you think of like top 10 Russian classics, it would be in the top 10 Russian classics. And they made like it was like a 3-part like hour and a half movie, and like all of those actors became like A-list celebrities for their entire lives afterwards. Like,
Did they ever act in anything else?
they did, but like they were always known for like Three Musketeers.
That's
and then
so shit.
and yeah, but like actually the main character, like D'Artagnan, the guy who played him, he like had a whole music career and like he was successful like from other things as well. Like he was just like overall like a but and then they even made like a movie like 20 years later, because like in the book that Alexandre Dumas wrote, he made like another version of it called like 20 Years Later, and in that like so they made like a Russian version of it, and like they literally did it 20 years later, and at this point like they're all like the actual actors themselves are like really old as well. And the craziest thing is, one of the actors, they finished filming it, the premiere came out, and like a month later he died. It was like, I don't know, I'm just going on a little rant about Russian Three Musketeers. I just love it so much. It's like it's also pretty cringy as well, because it's like a musical as well.
I like some musicals, but
like what kinds?
The Sound of Music was pretty good.
You know, I've never watched that.
It's pretty good.
I've heard a lot about it, but I can't remember what musicals I've watched. I've watched Grease.
Yeah.
Grease is alright, but I feel like it's a bit like the actual music in it is good, but like the storyline is like a typical
8 Mile, bro. Yeah. I watched that like 10 times.
What else? What recently came out was Mamma Mia 2. I never watched that one. I watched. What do you reckon? Should we wrap it up?
Just keep going. Just cut out all the shit parts until we finish.
I don't know what you're talking about, Ben. All of this is gold. This is all gold. All of it is gold.
No, you can't use your Jewish superpowers on this, mate.
Bam. Shout out to Max Emperture. Our biggest fan.
I went to his house last week.
Yeah.
We did some fucking paprika. We did some fucking.
Some nice
paprika. What other spices are there?
we got let's see. Oregano.
Yeah, we had some oregano.
Yeah.
We had some bay leaves.
Oh shit. I love me some spices, some herbs and spices.
We had some Korean barbecue.
Oh yeah, I was so jealous when I saw that. I was like, motherfucker. No, because I had work at 6:30.
I had work as well.
Yeah, but I was worried. I was like, if I go out and I'm gonna be with them, the chance of me getting home early is.
Bro, you would be with Max. Max is like.
What time did Max leave?
Same time as me.
Which was.
Every time I've been out with Max, he just leaves like early.
So. Yeah, no, Max. Yeah, Max is pretty like that. He's always like. He'll be like. You can only convince him to stay back once, though. That's the thing with Max. You can be like, he'll be like 8 p.m. He'll be like, alright guys, laters, I gotta go now. It's like, Max, it's 8 fucking p.m. What are you doing? Like, why are you leaving? And I'm like, I've got things to do. It's okay. And then just fucking stay for a little bit. And he'll be like, oh, okay, I'll stay for a bit. And then, like, 10, 11 o'clock or whatever, he'll be like, I gotta go now. And you're like, come on, just stay for a little bit. Like, no, I'm going this time. And then, like, he'll put his foot down and he'll actually leave. So it's more like a just once. But Max,
Sing with me, sing from the
good kid, that guy. Good kid. If we have any,
Dream on.
Yeah.
Dream on.
Are you trying to do that Aerosmith song?
Yeah.
How good is that song? So sing women, sing for the years, sing for the life, and sing for the tears.
No copyright, please.
Please. We're just starting up here, guys. Please don't copyright.
Only
us.
copyright if it is good.
If that was a spot on replication of the song Dream On, fair enough. Copyright, I've been listening to a little bit. I've been listening to like a bit of like old music, like older.
Like you always do.
No, but like even older.
Oh shit!
Like-
Did you go to like the 20s?
Yeah. Or like
Not
not 20.
1800s.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. I'm on that classical music trend. Nah.
You go to Stone Age.
I went to the Stone Age. Yeah.
They were like.
The flutes and the
No, they weren't even floats. It's just the rocks, bro.
what?
It
I
was the rocks.
I swear they had more music than that. And Stone Age. Oh shit! I was thinking of the medieval times. Stone Age.
It's like.
Literally stones.
What would they?
No, they would
like,
probably have some more instruments than
No,
stones.
it was just stones. It's like-
But I'm pretty sure they had sticks, and they
Yeah.
could make beats.
Or they could go like. That could be like the shaker, and then someone's like banging stones together.
Yeah, exactly.
And then someone's like putting shit into a fire, and it's like.
Yeah, and then
It's like-
meanwhile, yeah, exactly. You've got a fucking beat right there.
Do the. Wait, no, do the like. And then they'll go like some background. How do Stone Age people speak? I don't know. Oh yeah, ooga, booga, 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 booga. I don't know.
Yeah, wait, those are fucking beats right there. They had beats, like going thousands and thousands of years back, 100%.
I don't know.
They did though. Search it up if you wish.
They had the sounds of the jungle.
But think about it. Let's just talk about forget about like string instruments, or or wind instruments. Let's just talk about percussion.
Yeah,
Like-
that's what I was talking about.
Like they had percussion instrument. Like all you need are 2 fucking sticks from a tree and just bang shit. And like, oh,
Yeah, I wonder who the first like being ever was. Just like
yeah.
it was like whoa, whoa.
He just calls all over. He's like other cavemen. He's like, ooga ooga. Like, and just
And
go.
then the first person to dance to it is like. What's that?
I wonder what the first single was like.
Ooga, ooga. No, he was like dreamer.
Dreamer. Far out. How much do you reckon music Do you reckon music has taken like a massive change in the past like 100 years in comparison to like the thousands of years? Or what's your thoughts on that?
I reckon it's been like steadily progressive. I don't think it's been like a massive change.
Because like you think about like
the next massive change will be like
because like
completely computerized music. Like you wouldn't need to do anything. You just tell it what to do. Actually, maybe making your own music would be like the next massive change. Everyone just makes their own like music.
What do you mean?
Because there'll be like, no, there's already like computers out there that you can just tell what to do and it'll make the music.
What do you mean? You still have to tell it what to do though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. But like you
like
don't
you
have
to
to
be like, hey, play, like play C chord or like hey, play C major or whatever. And fucking, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Okay, I reckon eventually everyone will just be making their own music. The technology will get so advanced where everyone's like, yeah.
But like,
yeah.
if you think about it, like in the past 100 years, we've gone through like soul, jazz, to I don't know. You probably know this better. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like
Funk,
soul, jazz, funk, rock, punk.
Death metal.
Metal like kind of seeped in there somehow, somewhere.
Psytrance.
No, you're missing out like on hip hop and
No, Psytrance has been around for ages.
Has it?
Yeah.
Before EDM. No, EDM was first.
Garage, UK garage, drum and bass. It goes on forever, mate.
I think after EDM, like when the first like electric music was created, like what, on the synthesizer? Was that kind of like a... I feel like the transition like of technology for music made such a massive change to music as well.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like hip hop was like kind of like the beginnings of it, don't you think? Because they were like, hey, we got a record, let's sample it, and then that was like the first glimpse of like, hey, we can sample shit. What if we edit that sample, or what if we, you know, like all that, like, and so on and so forth. I don't know, man.
Hip hop is such like a open genre these days.
Yeah.
Like it's not like it's just a mix of shit, which is good.
I'll never forget when we saw like Grandmaster Flash live. I'll never forget that day.
Yeah, that was pretty doozy.
That was like a day after my birthday as well.
I feel like I was in fucking ecstasy after that, bro.
Yeah.
That was so weird.
Well, you were with me when we were like outside.
Yeah.
And we saw him walk past, and we like didn't even have the guts.
Oh no, I wasn't there at that time.
Oh yeah.
I think it was just you and Lucas.
Yeah.
I need to take this.
Yeah, all good. I'll take over this chair. So yeah, when you come back, we're doing it. Hey guys. Hope you're enjoying the podcast. Some fun times. Yeah, we spoke about a lot of things today. We spoke about music and deja vu, mythology, and the whole idea of lucid dreaming and sleep paralysis and all that good stuff. But I'm one-manning it now, so I don't even know how I'm going to be editing all this, to be honest. We'll see how we go. It should be good. But yeah, those 2 episodes that we tried doing, they didn't work well, so here we are now. Doing it better. Stepping it up every episode. Alright, you can have your seat back.
What are some things that people do that piss you off?
Things that people do that piss me off.
Yeah.
You know what really grinds my gears? I can tell you what pisses me off at work.
But just in general.
In general. There's not a whole lot of things that.
Are you ever
Piss
just
me
see
off.
like a really happy person walking down the street and it's like, what would happen if I just stab them like right now? What would their expression turn to? Would
I'm
it just
pretty-
turn to like pure shock and horror, or just to continue like going down? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's like just called an intrusive thought.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here's a better
Yeah, but do
question.
you ever feel like that? It's like,
Like an
fuck
intrusive
you,
thought.
why-
Oh yeah, no,
it's
yeah,
so
I
happy.
have that all the time. Yeah.
It's like
When I see like a really fucking happy person, I'm like,
what would happen if I just fucked up your day?
Yeah. I feel like the ones that have the biggest smiles are usually the ones that like the most depressed inside.
Yeah, that's what I said about like. Have you seen those like people going around the city and they're like, "How do you?" We did it before, but
Yeah.
But we
I
did
was
it.
about
like-
to say that. Like,
Yeah, I was
do you
like-
remember?
I was like, how many of them do you reckon have deep depression?
But do you?
Christian?
I'll never forget when we got off that train from Vipassana, and we were like, look at all these people in the city. Everyone's all depressed and blah blah. Meanwhile, we were like all high and mighty, like on the back of the bus, like with a big smile on our face, like. Oh no, we didn't really have a big smile on our face. We're more kind of like at peace or whatever. We're just like, whoa, bro. The first thing we did was a KFC. We're like, fuck this vegan shit. Let's eat KFC. But I don't know if there's anything in particular that pisses me off. I can't think of anything from the
You
top
know
of my
what
head.
fucking annoys me? People cheering really loudly.
Oh yeah, that annoys me. Yeah,
Irritates me. Shit.
yeah. I've got like
I got it. Pissing me off so much.
I tend to think a lot, so like.
I remember when like fucking maybe in the past and your fucking watch ticking that pissed me the fuck off. Remember we
My
were
watch.
meditating and I was like, can you put that watch away or some shit because it was ticking.
Oh really? Yeah.
Don't you remember that? I was
Oh,
sitting next to
yeah.
it. I was like,
Holy
please.
shit! I remember that. Oh fuck! I remember. I did not hear a single word from you for like 5 days.
And I was like,
And,
bitch.
and all of a sudden,
What?
out of nowhere, I just... Because you're not allowed to talk at all at Vipassana for 10 days straight. You're not allowed to talk, you're not allowed to read, write, look at anyone. You're not allowed to do anything besides meditate. That's all you're allowed to do. Me and Ben are sitting next to each other. 5 days, we're not looking at each other, we're not talking to each other. Which is pretty hard, like when you're with a friend. Because your friend's a big distraction, like you want to talk to them. But for 5 days, we're not talking to each other, we're not doing it. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I'm like... It's like, he just... And I'm shocked, like, huh? And I kind of look at Ben, sort of like a, huh? And he's like, can you get rid of your fucking watch? Can you get rid of your fucking watch?
I didn't say in an aggressive tone. I was
No,
like,
no, you didn't say, you didn't say like in an aggressive way, but it was kind of like, I could feel the aggression. It was like, can you get rid of that watch? And like you can't talk at all. So like if you get caught talking, it's like you don't get into like it's not like as if like but it's more like a fucking you can't like don't do that. Like it's a big no. But and I remember like for like a day or two I was like fuck. And I ever since after you said that, I just left my watch. I left my watch back wherever, like in my tent or whatever it was. But I always kept my I would always keep my there was so many things I did at Vipassana that like, because the whole idea is like you're not supposed to have any distractions or anything like that, and I would like. I remember I had a thermos on me, like a thermos, that I store my water in. I spent 10 days scratching off the paint. off it with a stick, and every day I'd like do an inch, and on the like ninth or 10th day I got rid of all of the paint. And I remember there was like certain parts in the forest area, and I found like bricks, like not bricks, like rocks, and I made like a little sculpture out of these rocks, and I went back to it the next day, and someone just rearranged my whole rock formation that I did.
That might have been me. I remember seeing like sculpture rocks.
Really?
Yeah.
And like I went back to it, I was like, those motherfuckers rearranged my fucking rocks, can't. And like you just like I remember, did you speak at all that entire time?
Oh, except for like to the teacher.
Oh yeah. I remember I accidentally spoke once, and I was walking through the forest area where there's like a bunch of trees and like dirt and everything, and like there was like a root sticking out on the pathway, and I tripped over the root, and I was like fuck, like I almost like fell over. I was like fuck, and like as soon as I said fuck, I was like shit, like because I realized I said something out loud, and I said shit straight afterwards, and I was like, after that I stopped, like that was it.
You have to remain equanimous for those moments.
No, because it was just like in like, because I was like falling, I was about to fall and like, you know, hurt myself, and like in that moment I was like fuck, but like after that I saw so many fucking people cheating, and that pissed me off so much. So anyway, Vipassana's cool. You guys should do Vipassana. Vipassana's sick. We're gonna talk about Vipassana more in the next episodes, because Vipassana's legend. Ben, I think it's time for you to do the end of segment podcast.
Yeah, man.
So, for the end of segment podcast, which is you create a beat in 15 minutes.
Yeah, man.
Just fucking create anything. Create what you want. Create whatever the fuck you want, because in those 2 episodes that we did post, it was we came like after a few episodes we started to realize that for starters
there has to be something that people do that piss you off.
Okay, I can think of one. People that... What's that noise? Shit talkers that talk shit. And I mean like in the sense that... Like, I know it's like very... cliche. But people that like talk shit behind your back.
Yeah.
Or like fake people, like the type that like... They won't say the things they want to say to you, to your face.
Yeah, that pisses me off as well.
Like, that's why I have like a strong moral code. If I talk about someone behind their back, I will gladly say it to their face as well. Otherwise, I just won't say it at all. And if someone confronts me, they're like, Simon, you said something about me behind my back. I encourage it. They say, Simon, you said something behind my back that quite frankly, say it to my face. If I encourage people to do that to me, and I'll be like, hey, guess what? You're a cunt, and I don't like the way you did this and this and this. I honestly encourage it, because I don't want to be that guy that talks shit behind people's back. And that's, I guess that's the one thing that pissed me off the most. Like, that's like a very broad thing. But I can't really think of like individual sort of things. For example, like at work.
That's a good one, because I fucking hate that as well.
Yeah.
So many people that talk shit behind backs but can't say it to the fucking face.
Yeah, that one's pretty frustrating. And if I ever do get caught on it, I want the people to actually confront me about it, which I don't know whether or not they actually will confront me about it, but I want them to, because I'm not even aware of the fact that I am doing it. You know what I mean? Because in a way, we all talk shit about people behind the people's backs. Like, it's kind of like what's the word? It's part of humans, like how we are. Did you see what fucking Gary did the other day? He was a fucking idiot, that guy. Gary's a fucking dumbass. Sorry if anyone out there is called
Yeah,
Gary.
that's different from like you can like say about a guy like when you're not there, like, oh, that was a pretty dumb thing to do, blah 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 blah, and you're like, oh, that's pretty retarded, blah blah blah. And then it's another thing to be like talking shit like behind their back, which is like,
Did you see what Gary did to Stacey? Blah blah blah, kind of thing.
yeah, and like being like, oh, he's this, blah 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 blah, he's that, blah 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 blah. But if it's just like oh, I don't know how to say it. Like there's an emotion involved in the two.
Yeah, I semi get what you're saying.
Like
Hey.
if one of the emotions is to like manipulate people into your way of perceiving that person, then that is bad. But if you're just like indifferent about it and it's just like something to bring up out of thin air, it's just like, oh, that was retarded. That's like, that's fine. But if it's just like you're trying to manipulate the other person into seeing how you see that person, or
Yeah.
then that's fucked.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. When you're manipulating them for your own,
Yeah.
what's the word? Well, not for your own worth or what your thing. For your own gain, I suppose. Yeah, that's not sweet. Yeah, we got 2 minutes left until this thing stops recording. I'm gonna have to go through all this shit.
No, and also like people that have grudges against you and then fucking tell you and just keep smiling to your face. Oh yeah, hey man, I'm gonna fuck you, fake fuck.
I don't know that many people. Like, but like that's it. That's the thing. Like, oh, like at least with me, right?
I bang out to these people as well, and I'm like, yeah, I have a grudge, and then they have a grudge because I get the grudge out of them.
Well, I'm happy to say that I have no dramas, no grudges, or anything like that. Nothing that I can really think of, to be honest. Yeah, I think yeah, the fakeness is the biggest issue, really, and also like the
You can see how like fake a person is to you by how they react to you. Like their reaction to something you said, if it's bad or good, shows how fake they are to you.
actually, yeah, I get what you're saying. If it's like a very like excelled,
Yeah, like-
exaggerated
Like if you're just like
type of thing.
you say something as jokey way, and then they react like out of proportion, and just shows how fake they were to you.
Yeah,
Like if they were like, haha, yeah, they just like jokes along with you, and it's like, yeah, they don't have anything against you.
yeah.
Otherwise, they're like, they're holding something against you.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I'm going to set a timer for 15 minutes because that's how much time Ben gets to create his beat, which is the end of segment podcast.
Okay, wait, I need to load something.
I'm hitting 15 minutes
Wait,
now.
I need to load something.
Alright. Good to go? You ready? Ready, spaghetti?
Okay.
Alright. Done. 15 minutes on the one. So, normally I come up with a idea or concept or something for Ben to come up with, and like he creates a beat out of it. So a genre or sound or feeling. So or anything like that. But this time I was like, let him off. I'll allow him to create something for himself. You know, something that he wants to create. So that's what he's doing now. 10 minutes was a bit, wasn't a whole lot of time. So 15 minutes should be a bit better for him.
Shut up, bro. Shut up.
I'm no longer going to talk about the music stuff anymore. I'm going to get into all the other stuff. So, to wrap up this conversation that we've had today, I hope you guys did enjoy the conversation that we had. We did speak about whole sleep paralysis and deja vu. We touched a little bit in the beginning about the new Prime Minister.
to add something else apart from like
What?
What we've talked about already.
What we've talked about already. Well, how about this? What if we spoke about earlier? Ben asked me what really grinds my gears, and I want to talk about the food service industry, because I work at a fast food place. Won't say exactly which place it is, but for those of you guys who are watching currently, I'd assume 90% of you would know where I work. If not like 95, 99% of you guys would know where I work, so it's not even, there's no point of even saying. But yeah, fast food and all that, you have to put like a fake smile on for the customers, and I don't really mind doing it. It's not, you create like almost like a different persona, like a different character, which is sort of like this, and you can just like, you can talk to your friends, like your co-workers, 1 second, and be talking about something, and then a customer will rock up, and then immediately you go change back into that persona. You're like, hey, how's it going? How's your day been? Like, immediately. But like, there are times where it's like, you don't want to do that. And like, for example, if it's not just a customer, if it's like a friend or even a regular customer for that matter, if it's a regular customer, you don't put on that voice either. You put on your regular voice, but you're more sincere about it. So it's really interesting, this whole like customer service and this whole like customer service voice that you put on. Like, everyone who works in the industry, whether it's fast food or they work in retail or they work in any sort of like anything in that type of industry, whether you work at a bar, whether you work in at a Kmart, Maya, whether you anything like that, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to like putting on that voice, putting on that kind of like oomph to it. And sometimes it just frustrates me a little, but you gotta do what you gotta do. But honestly, I'm starting to think that maybe having a more realistic conversation with the customer is probably better, because they can relate to you more. And I guess it also depends on the person that you are as well. But if for example, you say, hi, how are you today? And they say, good, how are you? Instead of saying, yeah, good, thanks, what would you like to order? Or, good, thanks, what were you having today? Or, what were you after? Or whatever it is. Imagine instead of saying good, you're like, yeah, it's been a rough shift today. And all of a sudden you get into a conversation like, oh, really? Like, busy day today? It's like, yeah, it's been pretty busy, had a couple of crew on today that didn't show up, or and then all of a sudden you're starting to have a conversation about it with the customer, and you're starting creating that bond, that connection with that customer. I feel like that's more intimate with a customer than instead of saying, hey, how are you? How's your day going? Yeah, good? Okay, what were you after today? Like, this whole entire, like, rhythmic sort of, and every single person has, like, a catchphrase. Like, every person who works in this industry has, like, a catchphrase they have. Whether it's, have a good day, have a good one, take it easy, enjoy your night, or whatever it is. Everyone has their catchphrase that they use repetitively every single time, just simply because it's intuitive, and you've got this voice and you've got this character and whatever. And then immediately after that you just turn around and you're like, yeah, what are you doing tonight? Yeah, how's it going? Yeah, fuck it, yeah. But it frustrates me a little. That's I guess what would frustrate me a lot. Simply because I do it 5 days a week or so. I'm not being too distracting, by the way, am I? No? Okay, good. This camera battery is about to die, so I'm gonna have to change it halfway through. But you do have 8 minutes left.
8 minutes? What the fuck? I've done nothing.
You've got
Shit.
8 minutes. Yeah.
Fuck. Still my second drink, bro.
Are you? Whoops. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but the people who work in the retail industry, or in the retail and service industry, I feel like they tend to drink a lot more. And not everyone, obviously. There are people who don't drink, or there's people who are not attracted to drinking. But I feel like the people who are in the retail and service industry tend to lean towards drinking more, especially like the after work drinks, or like the I need to relieve this shift or whatever. By the way, this is not to say that the retail and service industry is a difficult industry. No, it's not. There are a lot more jobs that are a lot harder than what the people in the retail and service industry have to deal with. 100%. But it's also not a fun job either. It's not a job that you wake up in the morning and go like, yeah, I'm so excited to work here. Unless, of course, that is your passion.
The last part, for some reason, it stopped recording.
Last bit, just all of a sudden crashed. Technical difficulties and everything.
Yeah.
But this is our signing off. Signing off right here. Ben's beat. Thank you guys for sticking through the entire I Don't Know podcast. Episode 4. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
Okay, guys. Have a sick one.
All the best. Love you all. Bye bye.
I look so sus. It looks like I had more time. I didn't have any extra time, guys.